And that make the classes so interesting because we can share different experience and different points of view that you don't even imagine.
Hello everyone, my name is Adu and this is Ready Go Expat. Have you ever thought about studying in China? In today's video, I talked to international students who spent one semester in China during the 2019 and 2020 academic year. They share details about cost of living, what their typical day is like, the application process, and tips for students who want to study in China. Ready? Go.
When I arrived to the first airport here in China, I felt like completely lost because nobody speak English. I was trying to tell him like, where can I go to get my other flight, or where can I wait, or all that stuff. And nobody speak English, but fortunately there were a lot of signs in English, so that was really helpful. And for example, it's really clean. China is really, really clean. My first impression was that it was because of Golden Week, but actually the country is always like clean, so that it's really good.
Everything's so huge. I don't know, like from a Brazilian perspective, like the safety here, like you go out of the airport, like there are the guys like selling you taxi and everything, but like it's so different. They're not like people going to you, and you're not afraid of like being robbed and everything. And it's so huge, the airport's so huge, like the city is so huge, there are a lot of people there. I think like this is the first one that like shock you the most.
I thought the Chinese people would be close, like they would not talk to us like they do, but at the same time they are really kind, but they are not that open, like they are not your real friends. In Brazil we became friends so fast, like you talk to other all your life, and here it's so different.
Hi, 大家好，这是我的朋友们。
It's kind of obvious for someone who lives in a country with 10 million people that everything's so huge here. I think even people think in different scales. You have everything maxed out like 10 times compared to my country, and I like the a bit negative things that strike me here are maybe that things can be a bit smelly when you go around like the streets where the people can like kill chicken there, or just sell fresh seafood, or maybe not that fresh. And also people tend to be a bit loud for my liking, like they shout and scream on each other, especially on the road. But otherwise, it's pretty good. It's like I actually expected it to be more restrictive in a way, because it's like it's a communist country. So, but it's good.
My first impression of China is that it has a lot of people, and it's a very huge country, a very rich culture. Everywhere that you go, it has something reinforcing the culture. And Chinese people, I thought that Chinese people would be closed, but they are so welcoming people. They are so lovely.
The people here was weird for me. I don't know. Everything was different. When I was walking in the street, it was like a movie. Everything I was looking at was like, what is going on there? So, and the university, the office was messed up. Everything was like, it looked like they don't even know what they were doing. I was super scared, but it ended up well at the end.
It was really easy. Actually, I applied for the visa 1 week before coming here. Yeah, because I had a lot of issues, but at the end, I applied like 1 week before coming here. The next day, I booked my flight, and they give me the visa the next day. So it was really, really easy for me.
It was hard to come to this university. It was very hard for me because I didn't have too much information from this university. The feedback between my university and this university wasn't that good. So, and I was sending emails to the guy responsible in here, and he was telling me, "Don't worry, once you get here, we will give you every course." But to get here, I had to encourage myself, and I made the decision almost without knowing what is going to happen.
It was pretty smooth up to the point I needed to apply for a visa. Like I needed to send a lot of documents, like aid to Chinese university, and then I had to apply for visa, which was kind of tricky in Slovakia because apparently Chinese embassy in Slovakia is a bit more harsh than many other embassies. So they needed for me to provide some documents that I didn't have, and I had to communicate with school, and it all took like almost 2 months. 2 months until I get a visa. So yes, only the visa process was a bit problematic. Otherwise, it was okay.
First of all, like our application process is different because we came from PUC, PUC Minas, which is a university in Brazil. So our application process was basically like we sent our documents to our university, like we applied in our university. So they did the process like between Brazil and China, like in the DUFI in the university. So like basically what we had to do was like interview and like an English examination, and that was all.
What's your visa?
My visa is the X2.
X2?
Yes, because I'm a student, so they count the days that is matched since the day I arrive in China to the day that I'm going to leave.
So for me, as a European, it's in many ways it's ridiculous how cheap things can be here. Like if you really want to save, you can live out of like very small amount of money. Like you can eat out for 10 RMB, which is like €1 every day. And accommodation is very cheap as well because it's provided by university. So the only thing that's expensive, it's traveling. But well, you don't need to do that.
Oh, I spend normally 2,500 yuan per month, and with this I can live okay. I can buy things on Taobao, I can go out, I can eat comfortably, and that's okay. It's cheaper than in Brazil. I usually eat in the canteen for lunch and dinner, but on the weekends normally we go outside and eat on shopping malls and something like that. And when we miss Western food, we go to McDonald's, and so we spend a little bit more, but it's okay.
Very cheap for me. Comparing the cost of living in Madrid with China, this is, if you don't go party too much, if you don't spend things in Taobao, I think you can live here for €300. That would be fine. €300 will be fine.
Actually, it's really cheap. For example, the currency in Mexico, it's 3 Mexican pesos. It's equal to 1 yuan here. So it's almost the same. If I convert everything, for example, I don't know, a soda that here costs 2 RMB, in Mexico costs around 10 pesos, Mexican pesos. So it's like almost the same. So I feel like I'm not wasting a lot of money here. It's really good.
Oh, it depends like on what you're going to do in China. I'm trying to live like with less money here because like I don't have too much money. So I'm living like with 1,500 RMB per month. Like I think it's enough if you're a student and you like eat in some places that are cheaper. Yeah, you pay when you arrive. It's like 3,000 RMB. So like this money is already gone, so it's okay. Well, it depends on where you go. Like I think there are some ranges, but if you like Chinese food, it's great. If you don't like, it's going to be like more expensive because you're going to Western places to eat. But like there are a lot of restaurants here. You can choose like to eat a lot of food at the canteen. The prices here is the range from 2 RMB to even 15. I think it's not expensive because the food is funded by the government, so it's cheaper. So basically we eat rice and some meat, and it's 10 yuan.
For me, a normal day would be I woke up, I go to the classes, I play badminton, I'm becoming a really good badminton player, eat, and that's pretty much it.
I woke up early, not that early, because in Brazil my class normally starts at 7 a.m. Here it starts at 8, so it's much better. And since me and my friends, we decided to make some academic courses and some Chinese courses because we want to learn Mandarin and Chinese language. So we stay almost all of the day studying, going to the classes, and we have 2 hours to lunch. It's very, it's a nice routine, you know, for studying and stuff. We stay all morning and stuff and go to lunch, 2 hours. In the afternoon, we don't have much classes in the afternoon, but 1-2 classes at the week. It's a nice routine for a student that lives in the campus.
Our school and our dormitories are all in the same campus, so we spend most of our time here. So it would be wake up, go to school, then get the lunch, then go to school again, or go back to the room. And if you want to do some more fun activities, we have to go to the city center, which is 30 minutes away. So you better think well what are you going to do there, because it takes some time till you get there.
I eat first, I go to class, I spend a lot of the time in my room listening music, listening podcast, studying, and at the end of the day I go to do some exercise, because actually having all the fields here, it's really good, because you just walk and you are in the place that you want to go.
Most of them are from Europe, so it's either France, Germany, Spain. There are some Brazilians and one Mexican. And we also have some Chinese classmates, but it's not much, and it's mostly us European students together.
All over the world. I have 1 or 2 Chinese classmates, but German, Slovakia, Spain, Russia, France, and I don't know, there's a lot of countries.
My classmates, actually they are from all over the world, and that make the classes so interesting, because we can share different experience and different points of view that you don't even imagine.
They should search a lot about the Chinese culture, because it's very rich and it's very different from the Western country.
I think they have to learn a little bit of Mandarin, because when I arrived here, everything was in Mandarin and it was difficult. It was oh my God, I'm in another country with a totally different culture and nobody's speaking English. I was so lost when I arrived.
To be brave, because if you overthink too much about I want to go but I don't know, you just have to book the plane tickets and come. And once you are here, you are going to start figuring out things and discovering new things and surviving and try to survive. And that's the best way of learning, and that's a pretty good way, pretty funny way to learn.